First they kidnapped them, they took him somewhere, and after they had breaking the hands and feet, and they shot him on the chest and the head. They might be doing worse than that to me. We were the people who have been like many years fighting against them. So imagine this: if now they took over the all of the power in the country, so if you're living by them, they're not going to let us to live.
Dalla spent 10 years in the Afghan National Army. He fought alongside British troops on some of the most dangerous operations of the campaign. That dedication made him a marked man. 3 times the Taliban came to his home within their first few days in power.
I jumped off from backside because I was mid-air. I gone through the escape route. I ran away again, and I left back my wife and my kid. And I delivered message to all of my friends and my contact in the British Army, which means they were in the Camp Barron to evacuating this plan. And I told them, explain them exactly this situation. So because how many times I could run away from this kind of the situation? They might catch me one day.
Dalla got out with his wife and child. They arrived in the UK at the end of August, but there are many more like Dalla who haven't reached safety. But now a group of veterans are raising funds to help the Afghans like Dalla, who partnered them on operations deep into Taliban territory.
What we're aiming to do is support the people who we work with closely during the Afghanistan campaign. We still had good relations, and we would communicate with them often. And indeed, the destabilisation that we saw in Afghanistan last month, we then reached out to each other, and we could certainly put something together in order to ensure that they could come to the UK through various schemes that have been set up by the British government.
Amongst our network, we obviously have contacts with existing members of the military, and amongst a group of us veterans, also links into security companies on the ground, a number of veterans involved in that, also through media and media security. So we sort of quickly realised when we put our heads together that actually we had tentacles that extended far enough forward to have an impact on the situation.
And that meant getting the most wanted of Afghanistan's military personnel safely to the airport.
We feel a real brotherhood and kinship with these people, and that's why we've all leapt into action where we can. For those of us who've served there, for all of us, it was a significant moment in our lives. It's probably the most technicolor kind of living we've ever done, and we remember these guys who we fought and risked everything with over an extended period of time. And the relationship with these partner forces was such that you could go back and see each other multiple times. We had a huge amount of respect for these guys because they were absolutely preeminent in the fight on the strategic priorities, and we also know that even going out and doing 6 months of that kind of soldiering was pretty intense stuff. And so we realised that these guys who've been doing it for years non-stop, just what that takes and just what that means, the commitment involved, the risk. Yeah, and of course a number of guys who died doing that, and so it's an absolute moral obligation for us to do what we can to support them at this time of need.
Support Our Afghans has raised just over £45,000 in a month. Their aim is to continue the fundraising, to set up a charity, continue their efforts on the ground to get wanted soldiers out of Afghanistan, and provide financial support once they make it to the UK.
We're just at the start of a very long journey, but it's been incredibly cathartic for us as veterans to be able to support people who worked alongside us. And indeed, we needed them to do our jobs during the Afghanistan campaign, and this is the least that we can do is support them in our own country.
Claire Sadler, Forces News, London. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.